Yo, what up, YouTube? Okay, welcome back to Tip.of.THE. So let me just expand very briefly on something that I touched on in the last video, or I meant to touch on, and I kind of spaced out towards the end of the video and forgot what I was gonna say, which is this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't edit videos. I've never done this. Well, I have a little bit of experience in a different arena on YouTube, but I'm not trying to connect that to this. But point being, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a piece of shit microphone I got off Amazon for 20 bucks. But and so it's popping and cracking sometimes. But when I don't use it, you can't hear me that well. So I want people to hear me. Maybe the production value is going to improve. Maybe I'll step up my equipment in the future. But bear with me. It's going to be probably a little rough. I really don't care about that. Here's another thing. I touched on the fact that I've spent a lot of time reading scientific studies and all that. I have, but I'm not taking the time to cite specific studies and link things and stuff like that. All I can tell you is that I have done that, but this is really to cut through the bullshit and then just get the information out to help people. So let's go. Here's what we're gonna do. Maca. That's what this video is today. Now you're gonna hear me say it both ways, Maca or Maca, which is correct. I really don't know, nor do I really care. I kind of switch back between the both. Just for consistency's sake, in this video, I think I'm going to stick to Maca. So, yeah, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, by the way, sometimes in life you just got to put it out there. I got a lot of information. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. It may not be ideal. Sometimes I may be tired. Sometimes I may be something else. But you know what? I'm going to throw it on. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a little rough. I don't give a shit. If you give a shit about that type of stuff, this might not be the channel for you. Let's go. Here we go. So today, Maca for improving sexual function. All right. Now let me tell you, first of all, Maca can give you a serious boost. If you're somebody who's been in the male enhancement industry in any way, whether buying, selling, using, trying to boost your testosterone in the gym, you probably come across many of these herbs I'm going to touch on first. However, as I mentioned in my first video about what is this channel, there's some real misinformation and just bad information out there about a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to cut through that. I'm going to pretty much give my own spin, who others' point of view what I have, but on these herbs and everything that I'm going to talk about. So what is maca? Maca is a Peruvian root, aka superfood, used to boost stamina, reduce stress, improve fertility and libido, fight depression, increase energy, and more, according to the internet. The more, I'm not sure about the more, but I will say it's been also known to be as an adaptogen. So when it says reduce stress, I believe that's kind of a calming effect and a stress relieving. You know, does it cross into on a hormonal profile that it would show a drop in cortisol and a raise in test? I don't know, but that's what it's leaning towards if those are the effects that it has. So, you know, I've never heard of anyone sitting down and eating a bowl of maca myself. I think it's basically used pretty much exclusively as a supplement, superfood supplement. First thing I want to touch on is what kind of maca should men take. So you're going to come across black, red, yellow, regular, which doesn't specify, and I could have swore I've seen purple before also. Now, according to research I've done and on the internet and stuff that I've used, actually, black maca is what is going to be recommended for men. Now, here's the thing. It depends if you're using it for. I'm specific. Okay, this channel is sexual function focused. So if it's like your function is great, your dick's fine, your erections are, but your sperm count's low and you're worried about fertility and trying to conceive, I'm not really touching on that kind of stuff because that's not enhancement and function and, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to get it popping over here for real, and improve quality of life. But you know what I'm saying? Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm focused on. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because when I was reading about it, and this is the thing, I've done ton of research in the past. I have a ton of experience with it. I'm not going to really kind of redig everything because I don't care a lot about what the internet's going to tell you. You know, if you want to know what the rest of the internet's going to tell you, you don't need me to tell you what the rest of the internet's going to tell you. But what I will say is you'll read a lot of different stuff about, well, let's see here. I had a little note, but I crossed it up. Red, improving sperm mobility, black, increasing testosterone more, and yellow. I don't know, okay? I don't know. And here's the thing. In my experience, it's all personal. So black. Now they say black. Here's what I think. Give it a shot. Give it a try. See what works for you. I personally have never tried a Maca that I didn't get a noticeable, marked sexual boost somewhat immediate. I mean, within a few hours for sure, if taken correctly, which I'll get to. But so black, but I believe I've taken red, and 100% I've taken, I know for a fact I've taken one that doesn't specify, just regular Maca. Now, if I were going to I just started this channel. I don't have anything to do with affiliations, or I don't make no money out of nothing. But, and I'm not really going to get too much into brands and stuff. But if I know off the top of my head stuff that I've used that's good, I'll throw it out there, So Gaia is one that's good. GAIA. But I will say, if you go to your local vitamin shop or GNC, that shit's gonna be expensive as hell. I don't think it's good. It's good. It's absolutely premium quality. I don't believe it's organic. I don't know that it's worth the extra dollar. Gaia herbs. Now here's the thing. I would go with black. Now let me show you. Here's a black that I just happen to have in the house. Can you see this? Black Maca says lepidemium. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's whatever. It's the name of Maca. Inca superfood, raw, organic, black Maca. I'm not going to dump this shit out. It smells good as hell. I personally really like the smell of it. Now, this is a black Maca. I had a good experience with that. This is organic. Now, that was organic. This is organic Maca. There you go, Maca. This is organic Maca powder that I bought from my local supermarket. I can't remember what store it was. I think it was just a Meijer or a Target. And anyway, Better Body Foods. I don't know. I have no idea what company that is. It doesn't specify. And guess what? Same thing. Great. Smells great. You know what? Let's see. Man, that shit smells good. Yeah, that organic black, I gotta say, smells better though. Stronger. Now, maybe because this stuff is gelatinized, hydrolyzed. No, hold on a second. Let me make sure I get this right. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, gelatinized. Okay, so it says this Maca powder has been gelatinized. It's easier on your insides, and the nutrition you need gets where it's going. So that is one thought. Some people have little issues, stomach issues. It's not known for that really, but it can happen. So just be aware of that. And this stuff, listen, I have some gastrointestinal shit going on. A lot of times I've had, again, that's part of the plethora of health problems I've had. But let's not get into that. My point being though, this was good for me. I liked it because it was easier on the stomach. So you might want to get a gelatinized version. of, it's blowing in my face, of the Maca, what the, okay, so, the Maca. So, where was I? All right. So that's what I would say, black or red. But honestly, whatever you can get, I feel like it will have a positive effect. Now, how much for a dose? Well, if you look it up on the internet, which I just did prior to this, again, because I was curious, it said 1 teaspoon is equal to 3.1 grams, which sounds like a lot to me. It sounds off, but it is pretty heavy and dense. So maybe that's correct. But it says 1 teaspoon 1 to 3 times a day. Now, I'm going to tell you, for me personally, I do triple that. Not 3 times a day, but if I'm going to dose it, I'm doing about a tablespoon. To be real, I don't even measure it. Usually, not like if I take it now, I will take a big ass spoonful. It's probably more than a tablespoon. With that said, don't go take 3 fucking tablespoons and make yourself shit and puke and say that I told you to do that. So that's what I do. And I would take it like many things on an empty stomach, absolutely empty stomach. If you want the most bang for your buck with maca and a lot of herbs, empty stomach. Do not mix it in a shake. I see a lot of this shit where you put all these honey and banana and nuts and it's going to be this big sexual improvement. Okay, listen. If you want the most bang for your buck, take it on an empty stomach and take it with a small amount of fat, okay? There are going to be let's see, how can I say this? There's going to be alkaloids. Okay, first of all, there's alkaloids and there's components within the maca that are fat soluble. And you taking a little bit of fat with it is going to help you absorb that and give you a better effect. Now, how much? Not much, man. A few drops, like a quarter teaspoon or less, a few drops, really, of coconut oil, olive oil. I usually probably do slightly more than that, but not much. I mean, like, literally, I just put a little tip of the spoon. It's maybe a quarter teaspoon, you know? But an eighth of a teaspoon will do. And you ever buy vitamin D3 capsules and there's a little bit of oil with it? Now, you should still take them on with a meal, fat-containing meal, though, as far as D3 goes, for the record. But it comes with oil because it's a fat-soluble vitamin. And there's only a little bit of oil in there. And if you take it on an empty stomach, I do believe, even without a meal, that little bit of oil is going to be beneficial in your body absorbing it. So you want to take it on an empty stomach with a little bit of fat. Now, let's say you just don't happen to have anything. And when I say fat, good fat, don't take it with some bullshit vegetable oil or don't take it with shit. I mean, you can, I'm not going to get into omega-3 versus 6 right now, but let me just say olive oil would be great. Palm oil is great. Palm oil is good in general. Olive oil, palm oil, coconut oil, all those 3 are good oils as long as they're well sourced, But let's say you don't have any oils or fats or whatever. Coconut milk, a little bit of coconut milk. I wouldn't do a shake, but a little just coconut milk. It's gonna help with absorption, and it's not gonna fill your stomach to the point where it doesn't work anymore, or where it blunts the effect. So let's see, where were we? How to take? Yeah. So empty stomach, small amount of fat. I would do a hefty tablespoon. That's what I would do. Now let's see. Let's say you got something set up with a female that night. I'm just making stuff up, but let's say 7 or 8 o'clock, and you get up at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. You can dose it up. And it's going to hit you quicker on an empty stomach for sure, but you really want to, here's the thing. This may be different. What's your weight? What's your size? It's going to be different how it hits people. For me, I'm on a night schedule, man. I'm up all night and I'm sleeping in the day. So for me, if I'm going to see a little chick around 9, 10 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever, I'm taking it first thing when I get up because that might be 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. Now for you, you might want to do a breakfast or whatever, but get back to that empty stomach. Uh-oh. Hey, just for the record, we ain't on no Illuminati Mason shit over here. Okay, so people really do this just out of habit and not because they're fucking. Anyway, I'm trying to monetize this at one point. So let's not even talk. I don't know what. I never heard any of this. Never mind. Back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Okay, how often to take? Oh yeah. When to take? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so it's gonna hit you and it's gonna last a little bit. Here's the thing. You'd rather take it too early than too late because if it hasn't kicked in yet, what the hell's the point of that? Once it does kick in, and especially, man, you're gonna be around this little chick. Being around a female in general, smelling her pheromones, that boosts your arousal. That's gonna boost. Yeah, it might boost your nerves too. But if you're nervous or if that's your type of energy or if whatever. But my point being that it causes excitement. That's gonna raise your hormones too. You'd rather it kick in before you see her because once it does kick in, I've taken this Maca, other things like this that have a carryover effect well into the next day and sometimes even the second and third day from one dose. So my point being, if you're gonna go one way or the other with it, take it early. Don't take it on an empty. If you miss your opportunity in the morning and then you have a big meal, or even a moderate meal, you really want to wait 3 hours, 3 hours plus. Ideally, because I'm telling you, when you have that completely empty stomach and empty system, it hits you hard. And food in your stomach is going to blunt that for sure. So you might have to, I would say for me, if I'm on an empty stomach, completely empty stomach, whether I woke up like that or it's been a good 3 hours plus at least since I've eaten a meal that wasn't a massive meal, I'm just saying I'm completely empty. I'd say I dosed it and 3-4 hours, man, I'm feeling swollen down there. How can I say this without the bat and the balls both are swollen, okay? And in a good way, with hormonally increased blood flow, increased libido, increased erectile function. So okay, let's get to how often to take it. Here, okay, you know what? I'm gonna loop these two things together. How often to dose it? Here, in the first video when I mentioned Maca in the first place, I mentioned that there's a problem with Maca. Okay, this is the problem with the Maca, with the studies. With many studies. Now, first of all, I'm not even, this could be a separate video all on its own, the problem with scientific studies, okay? You have to keep all factors the same across the board, and a lot of times, they're just not doing. Okay, you know what? I can't get into that. That's another topic. Let me stick to what's relevant right here. The problem with Maca studies, specifically Maca, is that here's what I touched on before. One study will tell you to take it for 30 days, and this many men saw a testosterone increase after 30 days. And then there'll be a conflicting study that says no, there's no measurable, significant testosterone increase. It does not work. The reason why I say that they're both bullshit is the test that has been taking it daily for 30 days. Man, if I took it every day for 30 days, the benefits would have been gone about 27 days ago, man. At least 3 weeks into it. I'm sorry, at least 3 weeks ago. At least the most benefit for me personally, I'm not taking that shit daily and seeing the benefit more than day 2 or 3. Even by some miracle, and I started small and then up my dose each day, I ain't getting past a week. By the time 30 days has come around, that's insane. My body is so acclimated to it. It's not any spike would have dipped, it'd be gone. So So I don't quite understand how some of these men do take it for 30 days, and maybe there is an increase, but that's not the way to take it, is my point. That's not ideal. If you wanted to really see what it could do, you would dose somebody and you would measure it, let's say, every hour over a 24-hour or 48-hour period, or every 2 hours or 3 or 4, something. And because I'm sorry, this is the problem, not problem, but this is the thing about most natural herbs and substances is you cannot just continue to dose and take the same thing day in, day out and receive the same benefit from it. So here's the other thing. The study that shows no testosterone increase, no hormonal benefit. The reason why that's bullshit is because if you take it and it revs up your libido and it improves your erectile function, do you give a shit? Do you give a shit if there's a study that showed that it doesn't raise your testosterone? I don't give a shit, period. I don't give a shit about the study. I don't give a shit what someone else says. If someone else says this does nothing for me, well, they might be telling the truth, but guess what? Every time I take it, I'm bah! Well, I'm not worried about what I'm telling you. For me, this shit works. Now, I'm not specifically talking about Maca's efficacy. I'm going to touch on that for me, my experience. But I'm just talking about in general. So if it were me, I would dose, like many of these herbs, 1 time a week. 1 day out of the week. And now if you do it Tuesday this week, if you're going to make it in a kind of in a rotation, a weekly thing, you do it Tuesday next week. You don't do it Sunday or Monday of next week. No, you let a full 7 days go by. So once a week, you get the most bang for your buck. And if you want even more bang, once in a while, skip a week, skip 2 weeks, take an extended break, whatever. But minimally, you need a week off before you take it again. Now, let's see. I was going to touch on this. Let's touch on this now since I'm talking about dose. Okay, it's safe to take a large dose, to mega dose with. So with that said, potentially, could you dose a second day? Could you take it again and get benefit? Absolutely. Could you take it a third? Absolutely. You might be able to take it 2 or 3 days out of the week, whether consecutively or spaced out, and still get benefit. You might take it every day for a fucking week or two and get benefit every day and say, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. This shit's amazing. Okay, fine. But I promise you, the benefits are going to, once your body is going to reach a point where your body is used to it, and the benefits are going to, they're going to nosedive. They're going to plummet really, really fast. So none of these herbs, I'm not going to say none of them, but let's just say a lot of them, and Maca in particular, is not any cure for anything. It's a short-term tool in the toolbox, another one that you can use. Oh my God, this fucking video is getting too long. I'm gonna have to shorten this shit down. This is the longest Maca video ever made. But oh my God. Okay. All right, bear with me. Let me get to the point. Let me finish my points here that are important. So yeah, so you could take it multiple days. Now here's the thing. Let's say you have limited amount of stuff to work with to boost, and you're with a little chick for the weekend. She came and she spent Friday night, and Saturday comes, and you don't. How do I say this? Saturday comes and she still want more, and you trying to hit it in the morning. You try to hit it the next day. She ends up staying for an extended stay the next day. Here's my point. Yes, and you're like, oh shit, I only have whatever you have. I got this tribulus and I got this, but I already took. Okay, yeah, you can double up the next day. You could, and now you're gonna get sick at a point. But let's say you took. It doesn't need to be double up necessarily, but my point is, let's say you took a tablespoon. The next day, yeah, maybe you could take another tablespoon in the morning and then another tablespoon in the afternoon or evening, and and get another good kick from it. Yeah, for sure. And I've done it. But you can't continue doing that. And now you threw off. Now if you take them Tuesdays, now it's not going to be so great next Tuesday, because now you took a shit ton more and you took it 2 days in a row, and your body has really started to become acclimated to it, into its effect, you know. And, yeah. Here's, okay, I can't read my own writing. Potentially you could take it a week or 2 or 3 or 4 and still keep getting benefit, but not in my experience. I think it weans pretty fast. Everyone's different. With that said, everyone's different, but that's my opinion. You're best taking it once a week to see the most and strongest benefit. Okay. Best herbs to take it with. Okay, synergistically, it works. You can take it with any damn thing. Now, personally, I like to take it with Goji. Goji berry, Goji powder. You can have a Goji extract. It's just straight powder. You can have actual Goji berries, dried, eating them like raisins. I like the powder. You can get capsules that are more concentrated of the active compounds and alkaloids and stuff. Polysaccharides actually is what it is, I believe, for that. But that's another thing. The reason I say that specifically Goji, here's why. Now, I'm going to rate it real quick from a 1 to 10 scale. Now, for libido increase, strictly sex drive and, you know, that animalistic primal urge of wanting to get it in. From a 1 out of a 1 to 10, I'm going to give it an 8 or potentially even a 9. I'm going to give it an 8, but the reason I say 8, potentially 9, is because its ability to interact with other herbs is pretty goddamn good. And if you take a large dose and you've been dosing it correctly, properly, as far as timing and cycling, man, it can have a damn good kick. Now, as far as erectile function, purely sexual funcness, purely sexual function and hardness, I'm going to give it a 6 to a 7. Because it's not an increase in blood flow, it's not a vascular effect. The actual erectile function increase is not as substantial as the libido increase. As far as a cortisol lowering or stress reducing or calming effect, I'm going to give it a 5. It supposedly is an adaptogen, but as far as that goes, I've never seen as much benefit as far as being an adaptogen as stress relief and calming effect when compared to other things like ashwagandha or magnesium or whatever, other things that are calming. I'm pretty sure that's everything I've touched on. Holy shit, this is like a 28-minute video. I'm going to have to cut it down, but I really, really want to get this information out. It's a mundane herb you come across all the time. When I say mundane, I just mean every testosterone male enhancement boosting formula has it in it. Probably very, very rarely do you have an actual adequate amount, and taking it daily, as I've said, is a waste of time. So used properly, it can be a seriously nice tool in the tool shed. Let's cut this video now. Y'all take care. You want more videos like this? Subscribe, check out the channel, and I'm going to do my best to bring you important information to improve your sexual function and your life. And yeah, check me out. All right. Thank you for your time. Peace.